Hi everyone, I am recording this on Wednesday, but I don't think I'll load this one today. I am really trying to film ahead a few videos just in case I have a day like yesterday where I'm just wore out or something and I don't feel like doing a video. Then I'll have some to draw from. We shall see. I'm usually not that organized, so those of y'all that can do it, man, I admire you. Anyway, so a note or two before I get started. This is a review of the Arteza gel pens. The picture, for those of you that are new to the channel, first off, welcome. Secondly, the video and the sound may be slightly different. Instead of using the YouTube private live stream to record my videos, this time I'm using my Logitech software on my computer, mostly because if I want to add a clip to this or to another video, I can do that through my software on my computer rather than, I don't think I can really do that with the type of video I shoot in YouTube. So I thought I would try that. So if the sound's a little quieter, I apologize. It's not nearly as good a sound in video, but I think it'll be alright. I also got some new lighting, finally. Well, I've had it for weeks, but I finally took one of them out of the box. And I got my little spring-loaded arm for the webcam. So far, they are working very well, and I am pretty happy about it. I just wish I had done this sooner. So the webcam is a million times better to move around now than it was with the little adjustable arm I had before. So hopefully it'll also be a little more stable this way and I won't be shaking it all over the place. So on those notes, let's go ahead and roll with this. I have been really behind on trying to do review videos. The only one I've done so far is, funny enough, the Arteza colored pencils. That was a very long review, so in thinking about it, I am hoping to change the format of them a little bit. Plus, with the gel pens, the coloring at any budget videos kind of are like mini reviews for the ones that I'm using. But we won't get to probably mid-range gel pens for like weeks and weeks. So I figured now would be a good time to go ahead and just do a quick review specifically for these pens. First off, I didn't know Arteza even sold gel pens. I love the vibrancy of their colored pencils and their brush pens, their water brush pens, but their fine liners, everything but the yellows seem okay. The yellows are really washed out, and I have other lower end fine liners with yellows that are very vibrant, so I know it's not specific to that type of ink. Anyway, I pretty much have most of their like coloring products or art products, and then like I said, had no idea they had gel pens. Found these the other day, thought I would get them and try them out since I like Arteza products for the most part. The sorry guys, I tried to record this once and it just went like crazy long. I almost usually need like a warm-up video to realize how much I'm talking and I'm not actually doing anything. The 60 set is available on both Amazon and the Arteza site. The 60 set comes with 7 classic, 9 pastel, 6 rainbows, 6 neon, 10 metallic, 12 glitter, and 10 fluorescent. I'm also having trouble talking today, evidently. I am wore out and it's only Wednesday, so that's not good at all. I, in my infinite wisdom, had went ahead and purchased, they make a smaller set of 14 metallic pens and 14 glitter gel pens. And like I said, in my infinite wisdom, I did not realize that those were also in here, so now I have more, which is probably not too much of an issue, but I didn't have to buy all 3. Well, I can move that here in a second and show you. So there's that. They come in a little plastic case like this. Would be kind of handy to have, but if you're pulling out pens and putting them back in a lot, in this case, there's no individual places to put them. So it might get a little difficult, but, you know, packaging's alright. So I went ahead. I was trying to look for something a little less busy, but I think this will work. I was saying all this earlier and I thought I should just write this down. Now, as you can see, I do not have like really pretty handwriting. It's pretty much chicken scratch. I made an effort to at least make it legible. So, it is what it is on that. But the Artezas, now all these are Amazon prices. The Arteza, that pen set, the 60 set, is about $14 on Amazon. In comparison, I gotten 125 gel pens, which are brand Artist's Choice. Those were the very first gel pens I bought. It was one of those, I don't even know if I'm going to like gel pens, and there's a lot here, so I'm going to get these. That has 125 of them for 50. That's not right, it's 15. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that. Hang on. See, look, I am so scatterbrained today, so nope. There you go. 125 for 15. That's more like it. The Colorit gel pens, I got a set of 48 glitter gel pens for about $30. However, those also came with this nice, shiny, pretty case, which I know any of you who've been around for the last couple weeks have seen a few times. Very nice little case, and it also comes with the refills already. So I was a little okay with paying that price with what I was getting. But if you don't need a case or anything, that may not be relevant to you. And then Jelly Roll, which is probably what you consider a really high-end type of gel pen. There's a 74 set out there for $68. And those also come in a case. It's kind of a hard plastic one. All the different types are in there. The metallics, your like fluorescent type ones, all of those. And so yeah. And the case is kind of nice. I actually broke it and had to tape it up, but for now, that's their home. It's a temporary home because I've been busy working on storage this week, and I can't wait to get this finished so I can kind of show you guys. Well, it'll never be fully finished, but I can show you guys what I've done. So the only other note here is that the Artezas are somewhat unique in that they do have refills. Colorit and Arteza are the only two brands I know of at this time that offer refills. With the Artezas, the 60 set, it does not come with the refills. You have to purchase those separately. And the refill price, I believe, is $7. So it's roughly half of the 60 set, which is, still a pretty good deal rather than having to go and buy another 60 sets. So you are saving money when you do that, and I really like that option. I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but since I hope to be coloring more with gel pens here soon, that will probably be something I need to keep in mind. So if you include refills with this altogether, it's roughly what, $21, and you still don't have the case. So like I said, a lot of this just comes down to what works for you, what you need. You may not need a case. You may be just trying out gel pens and don't know if you need refills. I'm just giving you guys all the info so you can make your own choice. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, as I've said before. Also keep in mind, as a disclaimer, these are the Amazon prices in the US that I am seeing. That doesn't necessarily mean those are going to be the same prices for everyone. I think Amazon does some little background work, and from what I've seen and experienced, some people see different prices than others. So not sure if it's from like your account or what's going on there. But like I said, these are the ones that I'm seeing on September 12th of 2018. The Arteza site also sells their gel pen products there. And it is free shipping, but I found them to be at least anywhere from $1 to $2 more on there. So if you're not an Amazon Prime member, that might actually be a cheaper option for you. So just keep that in mind. And I'll put links to all this at the bottom if I can find them. Anyway, so in line with this, we are, hang on, I lost caps. I knew that. I knew that I wasn't gonna. They weren't down tight on these, but okay, there we go. So, in line with these, we have my cutting edge technology here. Alright, so I have huge problems with the caps on these pens. So we have the Artezas here. We have the Artist Choice, the Colorits, and then the Jelly Rolls to coincide with the prices that I was showing. And here, let me zoom in just a hair more so you guys can see them a little bit better. There we go. Now, come back. So these are the four that I'm going to compare. Now, and I'll put this in the disclaimer too, all of these have been my own purchases. I have not been asked by a company to review these products, but I feel like it's a good thing to do, and I am going to be straight up with you on it. Some people do get contacted to review things and get sent products to review, and I'm not knocking them and saying they aren't honest, because I know better than that for a lot of them, but just FYI, so you guys all know, these were not free products. I actually had to purchase these. I got close as I could to the particular pen type. Even the caps look a lot different, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, than what actually came down on the paper. So I tried to get as close as I could, and these are all kind of glittery metallic pens. So we'll go from there. So your Arteza pen here is just on the cap there. As far as I can tell, there's no name for the color on the barrel. All the barrels, except for the Jelly Rolls, are very similar. Just that kind of weird circular shape with the grooves. There are some triangular ones out there, but this is the Artist Choice. These were the really, like, the big inexpensive set I got when I first started out. And as you can see, this color was the closest to like this blue-green, and the cap does not look like it in any way, shape, or form. These are the Colorits. Again, same type of pen. Your only difference is that they have one of these little kind of hand protector things here. It's not rubber, it's plastic, but it's still kind of nice to have that. And another thing about Colorit I really like, they're the only ones that I've seen that have, I take that back, I think they're on the Jelly Rolls. They have names as well, which is really nice if you actually like want to swatch the gel pens. And then finally, the Jelly Rolls are a lot different. They are a completely circular barrel, more of kind of a opaque cover pen, and then you've got your cap. They are slightly longer than your other pens. All the others kind of look about the same lengthwise. So there's that. So first off, this is what we're going to do. So when you keep them flush at the bottom like this, so I'm going to make them all as even as I can. As I said, your first three are pretty much the same in length. And then there we go. Your Colorits are slightly shorter, and then the Jelly Rolls are a lot taller. Now, if I go the other way and I try to even up where the actual pen part is to compare the barrels and the inks, they're all roughly the same kind of width. The Jelly Rolls may be slightly wider around, but not by much. So, that's pretty close. Hang on. Don't mind me. Okay, that's close enough. Close enough for government work, as they say. So now we look at the ink, and this is where things get really interesting. The Artezas and the Colorits are just about neck and neck for the amount of ink they have in their barrel. The Artist Choice, which was the $125 for $15 one, there's a lot more gel pens in there, but as you can see, I don't even think you can see the ink. There it is. That is a huge difference in the amount of ink. You may get more pens, but you're not going to get as much use out of them. Again, I think if you're trying some out, I would recommend something like this or one of the smaller sets of gel pens, but if you're looking for some real workhorse type gel pens, I would not recommend the Artist Choice ones. So yeah, Colorit and Arteza are about the same. Jelly Rolls have maybe just a little more ink. It's not a significant amount. And like I said, the barrel's not that much. It may not even be any wider than the other ones, but regardless, I think Jelly Roll's not going to give you a significant amount of extra ink for theirs. So this book probably looks familiar to you. This is what I tested the water-based markers out of. I bought another copy at Ollie's so I could play around with it, mostly use it for testing. So that's what we're going to do today. So this was one I had colored in this book in my other copy already, so I thought it would be the perfect one to use. Now let me, okay, well, we won't zoom out because I want you guys to be able to see this. Yeah, I'm doing much better with time on this one. So what I've done is marked each of these leaves are going to be what I test with these. And I have some other gel pens to test, so that leaves me plenty of room to try those as well. But we had the Arteza one, we'll have a Jelly Roll, the Colorit's over here. I don't know, again, you can't probably read that much, but you get the idea. And then your artist choice is down here. So, let's get going. Make sure I have the right pens. Okay, so yes, this is the Arteza. And all of these are kind of a green-blue. It is, I would say, your basic pen that you're holding in your hand. It doesn't feel any different to me. It's just, if you were holding just a regular, ink pen, it's not gonna be that different. So it is going down pretty smoothly. I'm not sure if the microphone's picking it up. There's a little bit of a scratching sound, but it's not too bad. Like I said, I really want to start coloring more with gel pens, so I was pretty excited about reviewing this set. I've been kind of quiet this week, other than the few videos I've posted. Hopefully things have seemed a little calmer this week, and because of that, I finally got motivated to work on some organizing my little artist corner, studio, whatever you want to call it. I had it kind of organized, and I bought some other stuff like the arm for the webcam and everything, and then with everything else going on, it kind of just sat there in the box for a couple weeks. But for some of my storage, I ended up trying a DIY type of storage, and I will show you guys that one day when I get it done, or maybe later this week when I get the gel pens in there. And Martha Stewart, I am not when it comes to crafts, and I had to battle a glue gun for a few days, but at the end of it all, it works. It works well. This is kind of a function over form thing. So, it was a whole lot cheaper than trying to buy custom storage from the other videos and other people that use that kind of thing. And since I am apparently having a lot of fun with getting new books and supplies, I need to figure out how to save where I can. So there's the Arteza one. It went on pretty smooth, and there it goes. It is hard to tell if it's shiny. This is where I need like a flashlight or something. I might pull that lamp around and see if that helps here in a minute, but we're not going to do that right now. Anyway, it wasn't hard at all to get the ink flowing. It actually it went down pretty well. I really liked it. Let's see here. I was trying to look at the barrel. Looks like there might be a bubble or two towards the end of it, but most of the other ink seems pretty solid. And just a tip on that, guys, if you're coloring and all of a sudden you've run out of ink, which may happen here, it's not that you ran out. A lot of times it's just there's a bubble somewhere in the ink, and sometimes you hit that and there's nothing there. Taking a scrap piece of paper and just tapping like this, and then when you start seeing the color, you're good to go. That's a good way to get past that little bubble. So just a note to that. So next we have the jelly rolls. Now this is metallic. This isn't the glitter version. I tried finding the glitter version and I couldn't find a color that matched, so I kind of had to just go with this one, but I think it's close enough. Whoop. Now, this is covering up the line art some. Now, to be fair, again, since this is a metallic one, and I wasn't thinking about that when I got started, that's probably why. I found that with metallic markers and stuff, they tend to have such an opaque layer that they put down that they end up covering up line art a lot of times. The metallic Bics I have and Sharpies I'm not a huge fan of because of that, and I have to be very careful. If you're okay with doing that and you wanted a solid look anyway, then this would probably be okay for you. Now these have almost no sound to them when the ink goes down, and as you can tell there's quite a bit of ink in them. Yeah, even compared to the Artezas, they're very quiet. So if like the scratchy sound of the pen drives you crazy, then that's something to keep in mind. Now that one may not look quite, yeah. I'm trying to do the same, and like I said, I wasn't paying attention when I started, and then I realized all the art was covering up. There. Part of it too is I can't really see all that well. There we go. I just had to lean over it a little more to actually see if I was covering it up. Yeah, the line art is being covered, but again, this is not just a glitter pen. I may actually get the glitter one, try to get a glitter one out here in a few minutes. It may not be the exact same color, but we'll see how that one does. That is probably based on just stupidity on my part. Though I don't remember if I actually realized this with gel pens anyway. So it goes down pretty evenly when you're actually paying attention to it and doing what you should be doing. Yeah, like I said, I'll try to pull up one of the, even if it's not the same color, and we'll see if that does that with the line art. Actually, since I did that, I'm now curious. Because I think I was, yeah, no, this isn't going to cover it up at all. You can just go pretty solid with it, and it's fine. So the next one's Colorit, and in my opinion, at least in looks, other than this little protector here, is pretty, looks very, very similar to the Artezas. Now these are super quiet too. Not as quiet as the jelly rolls, but I think they go down with that less sound than the Artezas even did. Now I have to admit, so far these have, weirdly enough, so far these have been my favorite. I like the jelly roll pens, and I definitely will use them more, but for some reason I like these a lot more, and I'm not sure why. It probably is because these are all like glitter ones, and I don't have to really go searching for the different types. That's probably why. I know what I'm getting. And like I said, being able to swatch a gel pen is awesome. If you really need like a color match kind of situation with a gel pen, these are excellent. Because they will be the easiest to swatch and compare because they actually have names on them. Alright, let's do that thing where I actually make sure I filled everything in. Yeah, okay. So there's the Colorit one. Actually looks very similar to the Arteza one. It didn't cover up the line art, and we'll take a look at the glittery effect. Sorry, I do air quotes on here. Here in a minute, if I can swing it. Now okay. So finally we go to like the, I guess, cheapest per pen kind of deal, which is your artist choice. So again, this one, the color on the cap and the end piece is way different than the other ones, and I thought this was probably because I thought this was the closest I could get, and it may still be slightly off in color. Hang on, let me look. Oh yeah, see, this is way more blue-green than what is on the cap, so you're not going to be able to just pick. Hang on a sec. Let me see some. There we go. That's a little better. Sorry, I don't know how that got set off. I've tried to use autofocus in the past and it just does not work. It constantly goes blurry and then clear, and that would make me nauseous, so I've just decided to manually adjust it as needed. So now these are pretty quiet going down. Actually, I'll have to go back and try the Arteza ones. Honestly, I think the Arteza ones have been the loudest in terms of scratchiness on the paper. Again, it doesn't really matter to me, but for some people that are kind of sensitive to that, like it's like a nails on the chalkboard effect, then yeah, that is something that's important to you. And this is also a glitter one, so really the jelly rolls were the only ones, was the only one I could not find a glitter color to match, but we're gonna just test a green here in a minute and hopefully it's glitter. Heck, I don't know. I assumed, what's weird is the metallic ones, they have like a clear sparkly top to them, so you would think they were glitter, but they're not, which is kind of weird. Anyway, there is, again, let me make sure I was, whoop. Now this one I have to go back on a little bit. It didn't quite, grab the right one, Michelle. It didn't quite cover it smoothly on the first go, so I am having to go back a little bit. But pretty good deal on the coverage. Again, your line art's still there, so no problems there. There we go. That's a little better. Yep. It's kind of hard because I can't look directly over it at this angle. I'm still going to have to adjust, I think. There we go. But see, with Arteza one, I didn't even have to do that. I just went over it once and it was good to go. Alright, so I am going to turn this, and yes, you're going to be like, I can't read this, but this is the best way I can do this at this angle to show you. Yeah, we're as zoomed in as we're going to get. So in terms of color, they're very similar. You're, taking out Jelly Roll for the moment. The Artist's Choice looks to be maybe a little bit deeper color compared to the Artezas and the Colorits. In terms of laydown, I believe, and let me grab it so I'm not lying to y'all. I'm gonna try something else. Yeah, we'll do it down here. Oh yeah. So the Arteza ones are pretty scratchy. Even the Artist's Choice didn't have the issue that they have in terms of how they sound on the paper. So they are certainly the loudest of these four, I guess. They do go down pretty smooth though. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm really going to have to go back over them like I kind of did with the others. So I just want to double check, So, and then we'll track down a Jelly Roll glitter one just to at least compare the type of pen, even if the color's not 100%. And see, that's kind of a bonus. It's kind of like with colored pencils. Having multiple sets can be useful for expanding your color options. So in this case, between all of these, if I needed a blue-green and I wasn't happy with like an Arteza one or Jelly Roll or something like that, I do have a couple other options. Now, I'm not going to probably swatch any of them except for perhaps the color because they already have names. Cough, cough. Arteza, that would be kind of cool if y'all did that. I would say, in terms of the deal with the cases and the refills and stuff, I'd say Colorit's probably the better deal, but for Arteza's sake, I really think that as much as I love the Colorit ones, I find that I have to go over them usually a couple times if I really want the glitter effect. So, alright, let me see if I can track this down. I thought the Jelly Rolls had the names on it somewhere. Oh, they have numbers, I guess, that are uniquely different, but I don't know. I don't know if that means, like, that's a number distinct to the type of ink. Okay, that's still kind of shiny. That's weird. I could have sworn there were glittery. Wait, this one might be right. Or is that more of the metallic? Oh, good lord. I'm probably completely missing it. So yeah, I'll say that for the jelly rolls. The caps are extremely confusing because these clear, glittery kind of caps, well, this one wasn't glittery, but the glittery kind of caps make you think they're glitter and they're more metallic. So I don't have the case that was describing this, or the cover in the case that was describing this, so alright, let me try one more. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's really, like, glittery kind of jelly rolls, so this might be the best one to try because it's a lighter version, so yeah, we'll try it here, why not? Let's see. No, this covers up the line art too. Dang it. Well, if I can figure out which one of these are supposed to be glitter, if there are any glitter in this pack, we will readjust that. But in terms of ink, like giving out a good amount of ink while you're coloring, the jelly rolls are definitely the best out of all of them. They put down the smoothest, juicy kind of layer that compared to the others. So, and like I said, they're certainly the quietest as well because of that, I guess. The ink flows a lot nicer for them. But for the price you're paying, that kind of makes sense. They're basically like, I wouldn't go so far as say they're like the Holbeins or luminance of gel pens, but they're probably more like a, Faber-Castell set or something. So I don't know if there is a Holbein equivalent, but anyway, yeah, that still covered up the line art a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as bad. So anyway, I think, and like I said, let me see if I can get, sorry, it's going to get bright for a minute, but I am trying to see if I can show how glittery these look. Maybe. Yeah, no. You can see it a little. The Artezas are shown. The three other pens beside the jelly roll all have a really good, nice sparkliness to them. I would say it's almost more of like a Wink Estella kind of shimmer. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it glitter, but it is really nice. And of course, if you're showing stuff online, you can't really see it as much. But I'm not so sure. I'll have to check it with the art. Actually, let's check it right now since I'm talking about it. I do love my Colorit pens, and while I think the Artezas are going to be a really good compliment, and I certainly would have no issue buying the refills for these, I don't know. The part, like with the Colorit, the names, and then ink refills with it, and the case too, for me, I think it's a better deal because I want to use gel pens a lot more anyway, so the ability to use refills is going to come in handy. And I really like the fact that Colorit went ahead and include the refills too. So, but other than that, like in terms of how they hold, how they color, the Colorit ones sometimes I have to go back over with a second layer to make even, like, to make them really look glittery. And Arteza is probably going to be the same. So yeah, I mean, there's it's really funny. Yeah, that was the Arteza one. I put the Arteza cap on something else too, man. I need to make sure I don't do that again. So the artist's choice, I mean, is pretty on par in terms of sparkle, but you're going to run out of ink on those a lot faster. So basically it boils down to this. If you're just trying out gel pens and you're not even sure you're going to like them, I would go with a smaller set of, like I go with one of those 14 packs of the Artezas because they were between $7.50 or $7 depending on whether it's metallic or glitter on Amazon. I would go with a smaller pack of those like that, a 14 pack. And it says individual colors, but I know it looks like there are repeats in those little packs. So I don't know if I buy that one. Like here, if you look at this one, there it goes. Okay, these may be slightly different, but the blues here look very close. So, I don't know if I buy that one. Well, it says 14 individual colors, but it doesn't say 14 unique colors. So, nah. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily on them because that's not what they specified. It is a little confusing though, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're just starting out, a small pack, I think you would be better off with a small pack of the Artezas, or I don't know if Colorit sells smaller packs of gel pens. That may just be the set. You know, you're stuck with the big set or nothing. Or even if they sell some without the case. That I do not know. I haven't had any luck finding it, so I would say a small pack of the Artezas, artist choice if you really want to try a wide variety to see whether you like glitter or fluorescent or anything like that. And then the jelly rolls, if you're really not big into, I guess, like the glitter ones and you want something with some more substance to it, then your jelly rolls obviously are going to be the ideal choice. But in my opinion, I think I'll use the Artezas and the Colorits together quite a bit on my pages moving forward. And they've got, like I said, they're pretty comparable to the Jelly Roll in terms of inks. So anyway, guys, I hope this was useful. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I kept the video under like an hour. Actually, it's pretty close to half an hour. Wow, that's like a 5-minute video for other people, right? Like, I gotta slowly but surely, I will get there. I will put links to probably the Artezas at first go. I'll link to the Arteza page. And then I'll put the links to the other products as well so you can compare them for yourself. Again, if you're a Prime member, Amazon's probably going to be your best choice if you're in the US. If you are not, then I would highly suggest going to the Arteza site directly, or for these other products, they may have a website where they sell things directly. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoy this and have a great day. Bye for now.